Hello friends, I Sapna welcome you all on my YouTube channel UPTET Educare Strike a Light for Learning. I have already started with the subject environmental studies. In the previous session, I have discussed the concepts of environment, the definition of environment, and structures of environment. In today's session, I will discuss with you all about scope of environmental studies, what are the objectives of environmental studies, importance, and integrated EVS. So let's begin. Okay, so scope of environmental studies. Because of environmental studies has been seen to be multidisciplinary in nature, so it is considered to be a subject with greater scope. Means the subject environmental studies has a wider scope. It is not limited. Okay. Environmental age not limited to issues of sanitation and health, but it is now concerned with pollution control, biodiversity conservation, waste management, and conservation of natural resources. This requires expertise and hence are creating new job opportunities. So the problems related to environment are not limited in number. Means it is not only related to the sanitation problems and health problems, but it has widespread now. It is also concerned with the pollution control, how we can control the pollution that is increasing day by day, how we can conserve our biodiversity, how we can do the proper management of the waste, and how we can conserve our natural resources. So this requires this requires a person who is very well connected to the environment, who will know more about the environment and has sharp eyes, right? And in this sector there are lots of job opportunities also, and just we have to search out. Okay, then objectives of environmental studies: to develop an understanding based on observation and illustrations drawn from lived experiences and physical, biological, social, and cultural aspects of life rather than abstraction. Means we have to develop an understanding based on the observing and illustration drawn from lived experience. Means we have to develop understanding. We can only understand when we have faced lived experience, day-to-day experiences and physical, biological, social, and cultural aspects of life rather than abstractions. Means it's not only that something which exists only as an idea. We have to develop another understanding, right? Then to train children to locate and comprehend relationship between the natural, social, and cultural environment. Means we have to also train our children how to build up the relationship between natural, social, and cultural environment, right? Then importance of environmental studies. What is the importance of studying environmental studies? Environmental studies helps to gain a skill in using techniques to analyze various environmental systems. Means it helps to gain a skill in using various techniques about the environmental systems. Then it helps to maintain ecological balance by providing a basic knowledge of environmental system and their processes. Means environmental studies also helps to maintain a balance between the environmental system and their process. Then it also provides skills necessary to raise the question to often obtain answers to some of the environmental problems. Means if we study environmental studies, then we can easily find out the solutions or find out the answers of the problems related to the environment, right? Then integrated EVS. What is integrated EVS? A national curriculum committee gave recommendations and guidelines for the new pattern through a policy document titled the Curriculum for the 10-Year School, a framework. Means a committee that is known as a national curriculum committee. It has recommended and given the guidelines for the new pattern of a policy that is known as the Curriculum for the 10 years school, a framework. It is the policy, right? In this, the framework of 1975 provided general guidelines and instruction objectives up to the secondary stage. Means this the framework of 1970, it has been developed in, established in 1975. It had provided basic guidelines and instructions and basic objectives up to the secondary stage, right? Then the next important development was the national policy on education. Then the other development was the national policy on education. It is known as NPE. That is, it has established in 1986. This subsequently led to the development of the document, which has developed a document known as National Curriculum for Elementary and Secondary Education. Means it has developed a document which was known as National Curriculum for Elementary and Secondary Education, a framework. You have to learn this, okay? It's very important. Okay, which committee has been developed by National Policy on Education in 1986? What was the document? National Curriculum for Elementary, for the primary and secondary education, a framework, right? Then what are the features? The main features of National Curriculum Framework for School Education 2000 pertaining to science education have been, what are the main features were teaching of environmental studies as a single subject. Means we have to teach environmental studies as a single subject. It should not be diversified into various subjects. What was teaching of environmental studies as a single subject of study at the primary stage instead of environmental studies science and environmental studies social science. Means in the primary stage we have to teach students environmental studies as a single subject, not widespread into different parts like science and social science, right? Then teaching of science and technology in place of science. Means we have to teach science and technology in place of science at the upper primary and secondary stages. In the upper primary and secondary stage, we have to teach science and technology in place of science, so as to familiarize the learner with various dimensions of scientific and technological literacy. Okay, so we can easily tell students about the various dimensions of scientific and technological literacy. Then to continue the practice of teaching science at the higher secondary stage as separate disciples, physics, chemistry and biology, and in the upper stage, in the secondary stage, we have to separate the subjects like physics, chemistry and biology, right? That's all for today, and thank you class. Please like my channel and subscribe it, and share my handwritten notes among your friends, so then they can also attain benefits. Thank you class.